Good evening, everyone. My name is Rene Atamaya, and today I will be presenting on cloud storage and disaster recovery for bridge tech solutions. The goal of this presentation is to show how businesses can protect their data, reduce risk, and quickly recover from failures using cloud-based solution. Next slide. On our next slide here, which is our second slide, we're looking at current solutions and issues. So right now, BridgeTech is using local servers with weekly backups, which create several risks. First, weekly backups are not enough. If a system fails midweek, a lot of data could be lost. Secondly, there is a high risk of data loss due to hardware failure, cyber attacks, or natural disasters. Thirdly, there is no strong disaster recovery plan, meaning recovery could take a long time. Lastly, but not the least, remote access limited and not very secure. For example, for instance, if a ransomware attack happens on a Wednesday, the company might lose data from Monday to Wednesday because the last backup was done earlier. We move to our slide 3, which is solutions, cloud solutions overview. To solve these problems, we look at cloud providers like AWS, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud. So these platforms offer, we have storage and backup services, disaster recovery solutions, features like scalability, strong security, and remote accessibility. For instance, instead of storing files on one physical server, data is stored in multiple cloud locations. So even if one system fails, the data is still safe. And the same data is being replicated in multiple different different sites or different locations, either in a region, the same city, the same or different sites on different, yeah. So another advantage is automated backups and encryption, which reduce human error and improve security, very necessary for a company. Our next slide, which is our slide 4, looking at recommended solutions, which in this case, we'll be using Microsoft Azure. For this project, the recommended solution is Microsoft Azure. So we have Azure Blob Storage, will store files securely in the cloud. Azure Backup will perform daily backups instead of weekly backups. Daily backups, very necessary, very necessary. Azure Site Recovery will allow systems to recover quickly after a failure, and this process is usually very fast, very fast. If I say fast, it's very fast, so that my users can actually have access to the system and operation goes as if nothing happened. It also integrates well with Microsoft 365, which many businesses already are using the Microsoft 365 in this modern time. For example, if a server crashes, Azure Site Recovery can restore operations within minutes instead of hours or days. Yeah, and it is really fast. If I say it is really fast, then it is really, really fast. It is really, really fast. From there, we move to our slide 5, which is implementation plan. How do we use this service or this Microsoft Azure? How do we implement it? So to implement this solution, the following we followed a structured plan. Firstly, assess system and plan migration. identify which data and system need to be moved to the cloud. You have to first of all identify which system and what kind of data do you want to first of all move to the cloud. Then, secondly, we have set up Azure services. You have to go and configure storage, backup, and recovery tools. You have to go and configure all those tools before you start moving your data to that platform. And then migrate data in stages. So when you migrate data in stages, it reduces the risks and avoid downtime. Maybe people staying for days that they cannot access the data, people going for hours, for it going for hours without, yeah, so you have to look into all this. And test backups and recovery. Make sure everything works before going fully live. Make sure everything must have been tested, everything is good to go before you fully go live. Instead of moving all data at once, the company might first migrate less critical systems, test them, and then move important systems later. Okay, this take also our slide 6. So looking at training and monitoring. So we'll be looking at training and monitoring on our slide 6. So technology alone isn't enough. People and processes matter a lot as well. They also matter a lot as well. It's not just about the technology who implemented technology. We have people have to be there to do all that. So employees need training on how to use the cloud system properly. Yeah, they have to train them. They have to train them on how. If not, there will still be vulnerability. If they don't train, if employees are not well trained on how to use those cloud systems. Secure remote access must be enabled, very necessary. Systems should have continuous monitoring to detect threat. Yes, this is very important. They have to monitor the systems all the time. Monitor the system so that if any threat or someone is trying or an unauthorized user is trying to have access, it should be noticed before it gets to some kind of critical data. It should be noticed way ahead so that something can be done. Either the unauthorized user is being blocked or something is done. Yeah, access is being blocked. An investigation, and then they start investigating what is going on or how does this person have access, so that next time that should not happen. We have regular updates and maintenance. Keep everything secured, very necessary. Make sure you patch your servers. Patch your servers with the latest security updates. For example, if my employees don't follow security practices like using weak passwords, even the best cloud system can still be vulnerable. Vulnerable, just like I said. So employees should not use weak password. And I think most companies now, they actually use multi-factor authentication, which is very important, because multi-factor authentication, either you have a strong password and then it actually accompanied with a PIN. Maybe a PIN is being sent, a security PIN is sent to your phone or sent to your device or sent to, yeah, wherever, then you have to use that to log in, or you use access card, you secure card. You're using a card card actually, like, you have a PIN, you have your own PIN. After inserting the card, you have to use that PIN. So if an attacker has access to your PIN, to your card, let's say maybe you forget your card somewhere. You happen to forget your card somewhere, the attacker will still be unable to get access to the system because they don't know your PIN. So multi-factor authentication is very, 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 very important. So organizations should follow standards like HIPAA for healthcare data. We have PCI DSS for payment data, and then we have NIST for cybersecurity frameworks. For example, a company handling customer payments must ensure all credit cards data are encrypted and securely stored. Very necessary, very important. In conclusion, before we look at our references, in conclusion, BridgeTech current system has serious risk, especially with the limited backups. And then also moving to a cloud-based solution like Azure improves security, reliability, and accessibility, which is important. That's what most companies are doing right now. So with proper implementation, training, and monitoring, the company can recover quickly from disaster and protect its data. Overall, cloud storage and disaster recovery are essential for modern businesses to stay secure and operational. Okay, this will take us to our next slides, our last slide, but not the least. We have our references. So these are the references used for this presentation, including research on cloud computing and disaster recovery. And this actually take me to the end of my presentation. Again, my name is Rene Atamaya. I'm professor. I actually want to thank you for this course. This course have actually helped me a lot. I've learned a lot in this course. I wish I meet you in another course. Yeah, I actually love your method of teaching. I wish I meet you. We'll meet again in another course. Thank you. Thank you for going over my presentation, and I'm open for corrections. If you want to send an email for corrections, we're so happy. Thank you.